Hey guys, this is Justin. I just wanted to quickly go over this concept I've been working on for the Westfield Insurance site. A couple things to keep in mind. It's very high fidelity. It's intentionally high fidelity. We can definitely add on the visual elements in the future, but I think it makes sense to get aligned on what type of content, or not content, but like layout we're looking for, and how to best achieve that. So this is video. The goal of it is to really just get feedback on where we're at here, where I'm at here, especially with this the conversation that we had with Matt yesterday, which kind of was really really helpful in helping us understand his vision for the website. So with that in mind, I will get started. There's going to be things I talk about in here that are not in scope. Just ignore that. Ignore the copy. Any label that you see and you don't like, all up for interpretation and the discussion. So again, this is very much in progress, conceptual type of work that I'm looking for feedback on. So the first thing is after we talked to Matt, he talked about having risk as reward be kind of our one of the things that we should incorporate. And so I put that into the primary nav here, and following business and personal claims, all the rest of the stuff. This is bold, yes, intentionally bold, just to kind of get a feeling for what people thought about that. Because if you go to Acuity, Selective, Liberty Mutual, Acuity, any of those sites, they're going to be organized by basically, business, personal, and then anything else that they have. But putting this here, I just wanted to get a conversation going and seeing if we were going to have the content to support putting that, kind of front and center in the IA. Again, completely up for a chat, but I wanted to point it out here. Moving down here, you have your persistent notification here. If there's a hurricane, if there's some other form of news that prospective customers, current customers, anyone needs, that's where that would be. There'd also be a little close icon here. Next, we have the Westfield difference. So this is basically just an area for copy. That one, how we want to market ourselves. That's basically what that section is. But if you look to the right, we have find an agent and live chat. I think it's really important to give customers clear calls to action, like immediately when they get on the website. So I think it would be beneficial to kind of have these above the fold and persistent for a customer. So click on find an agent. Everyone kind of knows how to do that. Live chat would be a new feature, which would require business transformation, things of that nature, but super valuable and would definitely be a nice differentiator. Kind of moving down the site here, we have this building a better business section. So the thought here was, don't pay attention so much to the content of what this is, but this particular content here is geared for a kind of small commercial business owner who is one of our big targets. But the idea would be that this would be plug and play, and if a community member came in, you'd get some content to link them to that particular funnel. We have Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And this is expandable, and you can add as many different social networks as needed. But in terms of content, the kind of plug and play strategy is really beneficial for targeting specific user types, and then that link would get them to that deeper into that content. Moving down the page here, we have how Westfield makes your investments work for you. The real thought of this page was twofold. One, to use iconography, which I'm usually dubious about, to really explain some of our features and benefits. This again would be geared towards specific customers, and we'd have to iron all that out. But the whole idea here, if you can think about it this way, is just this is what this section is. This is for iconography, and to really explain the benefits of our using Westfield Insurance. On the right here, the thought was putting some sort of functionality. It doesn't have to necessarily be a drop down, but to again get them to that specific content. So whether it's small commercial, whether it's agricultural, or however it wants to be, we want to decide it is. This would basically take them to that. After they'd see these icons, some of these benefits here, they could click go, and then that would take them to that section of the site. Moving back down here, we want to position ourselves differently with stuff like this, risk is reward. But at the core of it, our business is really business and personal. So I wanted to make sure that was accounted for at least somewhere on the site. And so that's what this is. This is kind of your directly over the plate, business and personal. You click in here and you get to that specific content. So that's why that's there. And then down below here, we have basically just a testimonial, which was very common in the research that I've done. Below that, we have, basically your footer information. That is the overall approach I was going for, and any feedback you have will be beneficial. I will keep concepting stuff out here. This will turn into mobile and tablet and all of that kind of fun stuff. But any feedback you have at this point will be beneficial and will be incorporated into the next iterations. Thanks.